Yes, people, Arsenal with Ash here to preview our next game in the Champions League away to Inter Milan. Feels like a while since we've had a Champions League game, but we're in a great position. We are in a wonderful position in the Champions League. We've won all 6 of our games so far. We're flying high at the top of the league. And yeah, we come up against Inter Milan in a tough away game, our last away game of the league phase. A game where we don't really need much from it, if I'm honest with you. We're pretty much guaranteed a top 2 finish as long as we beat Kairat next week, which we 100% should be. But it's still a game where you want to show yourself. A stadium we lost in last season 1-0 away to Inter Milan. And yeah, it's going to be a tough game. But yeah, like I said, it's nice to get away from the Premier League again and get back into European football. And it's our 4th away game in a row in a 4th different competition. Back to the Emirates at the weekend, thankfully. But yeah, this is probably arguably the toughest of the 4. Up against a team flying in Italy. Top of the league, 3 points clear of their neighbours, Milan. In the Champions League, I think they're in 6th position. So they're in that cluster of teams that are hoping to finish in the top 8. So this is a massive game for them, more so than us. So I'm expecting a strong Inter Milan team. I'm expecting a team that are going to be up for it, firing. So we're going to have our work cut out. It's going to be a very tough game. They lost their last game in the Champions League, which was at home to English opposition in Liverpool. Lost 1-0. But yeah, I think in their last 6 or 7 games, they're unbeaten since the Supercoppa semi-final against Atalanta, which they lost, I think, on penalties. Yeah, so they're in really good form. But they are going to be missing Dumfries, who I think he had to have ankle surgeries out until March. And Çalhanoğlu, who scored the winner against us last season from a penalty. I think he's got a calf problem, so he's a doubt for this game. I think he's expected back maybe next week. So yeah, I believe he will be out for this game. Obviously, we've got our own issues. We've got Calafiori and Hincapié out, and Max Dowman. I think all 3 of those are definitely going to miss this game. There is some talks that Hincapié might make it for the Man United game, but we'll see. We've got a strong squad regardless, so whoever we put out there should be competitive and be able to go out there and put on a good show for the club. But yeah, like I said, it's not a game I'm looking at with a massive amount of importance because we're in a really strong position. But if we do go out there and get the win, that's the top 8 secured. And if results go our way in terms of Bayern Munich's game, then we could secure top position there as well. So yeah, I've spoken about the importance of finishing in the top 8, which I'm 99% sure we do now, regardless of what happens in these last 2 games. But the way you finish is really important. So the top 2 will make sure, I think it's guaranteed that the top 2 play all of their knockout games the second leg at home, which is a massive advantage in knockout football, we know that. So yeah, we need to just make sure we secure that, which I'm 100% sure we will, because like I said, we got Kairat in the last game next week at home at the Emirates, so we should be putting them to bed. But yeah, it's going to be a difficult game, man. They got some top players: Lautaro Martinez, Marcus Thuram, Barella, Bastoni, ballers. They got ballers in there, and they're gonna make it gritty. They're gonna be. They love a transition. They're gonna spread the pitch with their wing backs. Haven't seen too much of them under their new manager, Kievu, I think his name is, old time player. So I'm not 100% sure how they're gonna approach the game, but from years gone by, we know what Inter Milan are like. They've got strong attackers, they've got a good midfield, strong defence, they've got wing backs that like to fly up and down that touchline. So we're going to have our work cut out. But I think what will play in our favour is that they need the win. We don't need the win. They are going to be flying at us. So if we can sit in a nice shape and keep them frustrated and transition and counter on them, then we'll be in a good position then. So yeah, I'm quietly confident with that in mind and the game state in mind. So yeah, I'm hoping we can go out there and do the job, but I'm hoping to see a lot of rotation as well. I'm a bit worried, like I said, with the likes of Saka and Trossard not starting the game on Saturday gone, that they might start this game, and Arteta sees the importance in this game, which is annoying. But yeah, it's what can you do? So yeah, in terms of predicted lineup, I am expecting to see a fairly strong team, but some rotation in parts. So I think we'll see David Raya continue in goal. No need to rest David Raya. Obviously, he didn't play in the Carabao Cup last week, so yeah, he can play this one. At right back, I'd continue with Ben White in there. Or do you? He's had a muscle injury recently. Do you put Timber in there instead? I'd arguably go with Timber. I know he's played a lot more football than Ben, but Ben's had a lot of injury issues over the last couple of years, so we don't want to push him too much. And if we haven't got a left back again on Sunday, then I'd expect Ben White to be starting at right back. So yeah, I'll go with Timber at right back. Centre back, I'd bring Mosquera in. If he's fit enough to start the game, I'd bring Mosquera in next to Gabriel. And at left back, I'd go with Miles Lewis-Skelly. And then in centre midfield, I'd go with Christian Norgard. I'd go with Mikel Merino. And I'd go with Ethan Waneri. And then in the front three, I'd go with Eze on the left. I'd go with, if Havertz is fit to start, it'd be a brilliant time to start him, but I'm not too sure if he'll go Havertz when Jesus is there as well. So maybe a Jesus in there, I think he'll do, and then Saka on the right, probably looking at the way he played Madueke on Saturday. So yeah, man, I don't think in terms of midfield, I think that's the team we'll see arguably, but I think we could see a Eze in the midfield, and we could possibly still see a Zubimendi or a Rice, but I don't see the necessity for that. I think Norgard and Marino are capable of doing a job, so I'd put them both in there. And if you want to put Eze instead of Ethan there, then so be it. I know Ethan has travelled with the squad, so he will be available. But I'd give him the start, man. He looked really good against Portsmouth. Put himself up against some of the best midfielders in Europe, and see how he gets on. It's a game where we don't need to win. We really don't. So yeah, let's see how we get on. But yeah, that's the team I'd go with. I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw. Like I said, I think the game state will be important. I think they're going to be trying to throw themselves at us, and we know we've got a really strong defence. So we can kind of soak up that pressure and kind of hit them on the counter attack. I'm not expecting loads of goals, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, I think we can go out there and get a decent result. And if we get a draw, we've pretty much secured that top place, in my opinion. So yeah, 1-1 draw. Who to get the goal? I'm going to go with Mikel Merino to get the goal. Nice cushioned finish into a far corner or something like that. But yeah, let's hope that we get the job done, man. Let's get the job done and have some confidence going into the weekend. Massive game against Man United coming up. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. What's your score predictions? All of that stuff. And we'll see you for the next one.